What is up, everybody? This is Anthony with VR 365. What is going on? It is Friday. It is May 17th. It is 1 p.m. here in Sacramento, California, the Republic of California. And it is what, 10 p.m. over there in the Netherlands?
Yeah, done.
Yeah, okay.
Late.
So, yeah, it's a major difference, major time difference, but I am very excited to have two very lovely ladies join me here on this show, and they are the dynamic duo, Cass and Chary. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about Chary's name. What is the proper pronunciation? Because I know I butchered it a million times.
It's actually my own fault because I mostly say Cherry, but it's actually Chary.
Chary. Okay,
Yeah,
Chary.
but I think that's
Okay,
harder to pronounce. That's so Cherry is
You
also
can
fine.
say
yeah.
cherry
Yeah,
too.
that's
Just
also
Just
think
fine.
of the
okay,
fruit.
Chary.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I was saying Chary originally,
Yes.
and
Oh,
then
right.
somebody was telling me, no, that's wrong. It's Cherry. What are you doing? And I think I was saying Chary, so I had it right all along. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what we're going to do today is basically I do these little interviews. I've been trying to do this lately where I'll bring some different people on and have interviews. And I think it's fun, and I think the audience likes it as well because we get to, we're all in this together, right? We're all interested in VR, but we all have our own opinions about things. We all have our own experiences that we draw upon, and everybody has their own angle, and so I think it's good to have different people on. And I'm really glad to have you girls on because I've only had one female guest so far altogether. It's been all dudes pretty much. And I like getting a female perspective. It's a different perspective, and I'm glad to have you guys aboard today.
Thank you for having us
Yeah.
today.
Thank you.
It's great to see these kind of formats on YouTube as well. It's really fun.
Yeah, so usually the way we start things off is I kind of want to like get your back history a little bit. And so because you guys are this dynamic duo, the first question I have is like, how did you guys meet? Have you known each other your whole lives, or did you meet like a few years ago, or how did it all kick off?
It's actually pretty funny, I guess, because we met online,
Oh,
and we're actually in a relationship as well. So it's been 4 years already. But I've been always been interested in tech and stuff, in new tech especially because I work for a IT company. I do development work, and um, I guess I'm already jumping to how we got into VR, but maybe we should talk about how we met
Yeah.
online. Yeah.
Okay.
you don't have to like get into like any details if you don't want to, but just the back, whatever you want to say is fine.
The funny thing is that we didn't even know we liked gaming or tech stuff at all at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like after being being together for a while, we noticed that we had like that sort of interest.
Yeah,
So that's
I
kind of
never
funny.
thought I would find a female who was into gaming as much as me. So
Same.
so we never talked about it for like months when we were dating, actually. So and then somehow we just found out that we both liked gaming. We both used to play MMORPGs. We are both very we love MMORPGs. And I just found out that she's like she used to grind a lot like me, and well, that kind of sold it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Someone in chat, Paolo Triani says, "Hi all. Oh well, the dream is dead." And I think what he's talking about is like a lot of people probably don't know that you guys are in, like they might not know right away that you guys are in a relationship, right? And so there's got to be a lot of VR gamer dudes out there that look at you and they're like, "Oh my God, this is the perfect girlfriend, my ideal girlfriend." And then they find that out and they're like, "Oh man, the dream is dead." What do you think about that? Is that funny to you, or?
Uh, I guess it's yeah, it's pretty. It's cute, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people ask about that. Like usually on our live streams, people are always asking, "Once better or not we're a couple?"
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Do you ever get tired of it though, where you're like, okay, let's move on from this? And then, oh, also like too many comments about like how beautiful you are or all these different things. I mean, I'm sure it's nice to hear that, right? It feels good to hear that. But at a certain time, does it get like a little bit played out at all?
Um, I don't mind compliments.
They're really
To be
sweet.
honest.
No, of course.
Yeah, it's sweet. But I do feel like that people are usually pretty mature in our like compliments are not mature, but people are usually just talking about the contents than other
Rather.
stuff actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
good. That's good. What about
yeah.
like when you actually play in some of these VR games like Rec Room or From Other Suns or any type of game where you're online with other people? Have you noticed? Because like I know back in the Xbox days, like I would play Xbox or something or like PlayStation 3 and I would be in a group of a bunch of online people and then like one girl comes into the group and everybody changes the way they act. Everybody starts acting like just like scumbags and I'm like, why are you doing this? It's kind of embarrassing.
I think there's only one game where I've noticed that, and that's VR chat. But all of the other games are not like that. So I have never had any problems with online games in VR.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
good.
mostly older people too. Like
Yeah, they're
like
mostly
in the flat games, they're mostly younger, like under 16. But in VR, people are usually, I don't know, above 20, I guess,
Yeah,
above
it
25 even.
yeah, it seems like VR does skew a bit older, especially like my audience. Like I have a lot, like I have older guys, right? And a lot of us, we've been gaming basically forever, you know? And we used to dream about this idea that there would be virtual reality. We never thought, like when we were playing Super Nintendo, you know, and Sega Genesis, we never imagined that this would actually happen. And so, like, now that we have VR, there's probably actually a lot of gamers too that, like, maybe they quit gaming. They haven't played games for 10, 15 years, and they find
yeah.
out, oh, VR, wow, this is okay, this is new, this is exciting. And then they come aboard that way.
Yeah, I think it must be really cool to have like have you experienced the older VR headsets as well that you see before, like the big ones?
Yeah, I mean, I saw them in magazines and stuff. I didn't actually try them myself, but I do remember like way back in the days. See, there used to not be an internet, right? And there used to we used to get all our information from these magazines, the video game magazines. And so you would
Right.
wait every month. You would wait by your mailbox and you would get a magazine and you would like run out to your mailbox, you would get the magazine and you'd be flipping through the pages and it'd be like, "Oh my god, Nintendo 64. You know, here's pictures of Super Mario 60." Like that's how we got our information back then. We had to wait and it was like old information. No, like there really wasn't much of an internet. And you would find out about things that were coming out, you know, that way. It was kind of crazy. But let's go back to like some past history stuff. So before VR came back and got popular, like around 2016. So if we go back to like say 2015, do you guys remember like what were you playing back then? Was it like these MMOs like World of Warcraft or?
I think we were playing Ark
I think
something.
Ark Survive Online at that
Oh, okay.
time.
Survival Evolved, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, we did when we found out that we gamed, then we did try out some MMORPGs that are recent.
Yeah,
For example, Ark, that's not really an MMORPG, but we also tried the other one,
Black Desert Online.
Black Desert Online.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, we
Yes.
also played Borderlands together. I think that's
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the first that we did together once we figured out we played.
Okay,
games.
you know the figuring out part. Did you almost want to keep it secret because some people, you know, you never know. I mean, sometimes like for example, right now with VR, like if I was like a single guy trying to get some girl out there, I don't know that I would tell her I was like a VR nut job, right? Because she'd be like, "Oh, you're one of these goofy people with a VR headset on all the time." I mean, you just never know how people are going to react to that or like being
I
a
would think
gamer.
I think it's totally cool though.
Yeah,
Yes.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I
Actually,
think
yeah, I think we did, right? We didn't tell each other because
No, I think it's not something we thought about. I think it's because
Yeah.
we didn't game for a while. Or like I didn't game for like a year, I think, or something like, or 2 years. So it was not really something I thought about, and it just came up randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think it's also that right now I think it has changed as well. I think there are a lot more female gaming right now,
Yeah.
but we just don't usually talk about it for some reason. Yeah.
It has. It's definitely changed because I remember like the late '90s and like the early 2000s, and it has changed dramatically. Like nowadays, you could be a female gamer and it is no big deal at all. Like nobody bats an eye. Like it's no big deal. But it wasn't always that way. I mean, even like early 2000s, like if you were a female gamer, people would be like, are you really a gamer? Or are you just pretending to be a gamer? You know, those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Do you ever get that on your, do you ever get like a random person that doesn't really know you? Like they just randomly stumble upon your channel and they're in chat and they're like, you're not a real gamer. Do you ever get stuff like that?
I do think sometimes, like very occasionally, we do get like something like that. Yes.
Do you have somebody that moderates your chat to like deal with people like that?
Yeah, we have a couple of moderators on the live streams.
Yeah.
And but we are with 2 people, so we usually one of us is usually also modding the chat as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that helps. That helps a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw your stream I think it was last Saturday, where
The one was I playing over there?
The one you died the
But
whole
I
time.
was failing.
yeah. But do you guys do that a lot? Like, is that a normal routine? Like, are you going to do one this weekend too, or?
Yes, we usually do them every Saturday. Just tomorrow we can't make it, but usually we do. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The same kind of format, and then we switch from players. It's like last time he played, so next time I'll be playing.
And then something else, a different game.
Yeah.
Or,
It's I like the format though, because you have one person that is like talking to chat and you're on the mic, and then the other person's kind of playing the game, but they're talking as well. And it seemed pretty fun. It seemed like you both were having fun, and so you kind of trade off back and forth.
Yes. I think it's great because in VR sometimes it's pretty hard to stay engaged with the community when you're in the headset. So if you have another person, then it helps a lot.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I did want to tell people in chat, I'm assuming your guys' volume is okay, but if their volume is too loud or too low, let me know. But I think it's okay because they probably would have already said something by now. Okay, let's see. What else did I want to talk to? Well, what about like living in the Netherlands? Because that's an interesting topic here. Because you guys, it's funny. There's a lot of people from that area that are YouTubers. Like, what's in the water over there?
It's crazy, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of VR YouTubers are here in the area.
I have no idea why. It's so random. I don't know.
Do you know everybody? Do you like know each other? Do you ever see each other at events and stuff?
Yes.
Is everybody are you all cool with each other, or is there any beef going on between you and the other?
No, we're cool with everyone.
Okay.
Actually, I think YouTube should be a collaborative thing. Like every subscriber can subscribe to the other channel as well. So why would we compete with each other?
Yeah, and the community is already that small, so you want to work together and.
Yes.
Yeah.
We all have the same goal, and that's just to grow VR and get more people into it.
Absolutely.
Yes. Right?
Yeah. You know, speaking of the goal, like, do you have a long-term plan with your channel? Or are you just kind of like doing it for fun, or do you like, is this like a major goal to like make your channel like a major sensation, you know, and to be like a well-known YouTuber, make a lot of money on YouTube? Or is this just kind of like a fun thing that you're doing, or is it kind of like just see what happens? We'll see what happens.
I think it's both of it for us. We do want to see and try if we can make this a full-time job later on. But it's definitely not to make a lot of money, because you know how it is. It's hard to make a lot of money on YouTube. We just have to spend a lot of time on it, and usually it's not that much. So I guess we just want to see how it goes. Yeah. And if it happens, then it happens. And if it doesn't happen, then we just keep working.
Yeah. What do you think, though, about like spending all the time the effort, the effort that you're putting into your channel, the time that you spend editing videos and recording the videos and doing and playing the games and buying the different products that you don't get, that you have to buy. Do you ever wonder, like, man, is it worth it? Like, should I just give up on this dream, or you're going to keep pushing forward and you just want to see what happens?
I do have it. It does happen actually sometimes. Sometimes we're doubting whether we should continue because it just takes so much time. But then it's also very rewarding for us because of the people watching, and that usually keeps us motivated to keep on going.
Yeah, what's hard? One of the hard things about it is, like, I always hear from people, don't quit. Well, not don't quit, but that people quit too early. Like, they give up on stuff too early. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes, like, when you find out about successful people, like the comedian Tiffany Haddish, she's in lots of movies and stuff. Or like, I'm trying to think, God, what's his name? The little short guy that's a comedian that's in all these movies. But like a lot of them.
I know what you mean.
Okay, who? What's the name? I can't think of his name right now.
I don't know the name though. I know the person, but I don't know his name.
Yeah, I'm having a total brain fart. But basically, there's these people, right? Like, what people don't realize is that some of these people that have blown up and they're like crazy successful, like they were unknown for years. Like for years, no one knew who they were, and then they finally blew up.
Oh yeah, that's true. I do think if you want to keep doing these kind of things, then you really it needs to be like you really need to love it.
Yeah.
But else you can't keep it up. You have to love doing it. It should be like a
Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart. The name is in chat. Yeah, Kevin Hart. I was like, yeah, total brain fart. Yeah, Kevin Hart. Like when Kevin Hart first started, he was around for a long time before he ever got famous. And then he got famous, and now everybody knows him, and he's making millions and millions of dollars on everything that he does. But for a long time, no one knew anything about him, and he was like he would be an extra in certain movies, like you'd see him in the background of certain movies. What about this? So you're a couple that does VR, and you both love it and everything, but I got to imagine sometimes you could get pissed off at one another, get into a major fight, but you got to do YouTube. Like you still got, like, have you ever gotten into a major fight and you're like, the hell with you, I'm out of here. And then like an hour or so later, you're like, we got to do YouTube together.
Yes.
Let's say no to that one. No, yes, we have.
It's normal, right?
Yeah. If you spend so much time together, like if you are in private time together and then also work time, then it's a lot. Can be a lot sometimes.
Yeah. It's important that we have we have a certain commitment, like we have our live stream that we do, or like when you have like appointments, so even if you fight, you have to make up because you have a commitment, so you can't just like stay in that mood. So
but it must
we do have it, but yeah.
It must also be really nice, though, to have a partner that is there, that's like working to the same, like you guys are going after the same thing. You're working together. Like me, like I'm working on stuff in the background. Ain't nobody helping me out. You know what I mean? I have like, there's nobody else that I can turn to try to help me with something where you guys are partners. And so you can kind of divide the labor up a little bit as well.
Yes, that's true. That helps a lot too, definitely. Especially when you're working, and it does help to have another person.
Yeah.
Who can fill in sometimes, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good too. Like if somebody's sick or whatever, the other person can take over and cover it and that type of thing. So what on the different videos that you guys are doing, I noticed that recently, I mean, you may have been doing this for a long time, but you're doing kind of like review videos, like, like an Oculus Quest review video, or like 30 games that are coming to the Oculus Quest, or so like, is this something you're going to continue? Do you like doing these videos? Are they harder than like just doing like a let's play of a game or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. They take more time. We used to do a lot of let's play and game reviews, but then we just found out that people are more looking for informative videos where
Yeah.
they can learn something or hear about something. Kind of like your format, except then more edited. I think people are more interested in that, so we kind of shifted towards that. And yeah, it does take more time. It takes like a gameplay video we could finish in one day, maybe.
Yeah, because you do like for the like reviews, you have to be sure that you give the right information. You have to do a lot of research. You have to see what kind of information is out there, what you want to talk about, and if you have enough information in the video. And mostly, you still notice that a lot of people have comments and questions, even though you've tried to answer as many questions as you could find or think of. But yeah.
Yeah. So those definitely take more time, right? Yeah, we can't do daily videos with those formats.
Yeah, see, I'm doing this video because it's the easiest thing I can do because I don't have to, it's live. So, see,
Yeah.
there's no editing, you know, it's live, there's no editing. And then this is even easier because, like, having guests on, I don't even need to look at the news. I don't even have to look at stories. I mean, I probably should, but I can just talk to you and let you do the work. And so that's why I like these interviews.
Yeah.
But
Great.
But one thing I was going to say though, like the editing, right? Editing is a big deal. Do both of you edit it, or does just one of you edit it? And did you have to learn to get better at editing, or were you already somebody that edited videos in the past, or how did all that work out?
Well, for the editing part, Cass teaches me all of it. I couldn't edit. I knew how to work with Photoshop and stuff like that for thumbnails, but I had never edited before.
But she does all the design and stuff though. She's like really great at arty stuff.
Yeah.
Like drawing and stuff like that. And I'm not that good in those things, so I let her do those things mostly.
But yeah, now we both can edit, so that's good.
Yeah.
What program do you use to edit?
Adobe Premiere.
Oh, okay.
So we use Adobe Cloud, so then you have like all the things straight away.
That's the best one, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
If you learn that, then you can get really good. Like you can do some incredible stuff, right? I mean, like if you get like advanced level, you know, really good.
Yeah, but we're still learning though a lot. Like the channel has gave us a lot of new hobbies, like learning editing and After Effects, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, we definitely need to do more.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to take I wish there was like a little class I could just take somewhere. I mean, there probably is, like, you know, a community college or something would have a class on like how to no, because like when you're learning how to edit something, it seems like really hard. Like there's so many things, and it's like you could learn online.
Yeah.
You could watch a YouTube video, but you really want to have someone where you can say, "Hey, how do I do this real quick?" You know, and you can't do that in a YouTube video.
Sure.
You got to wait for like them to talk about what you want to talk about.
Yes. Well, actually, Chary, maybe you can talk about your new work.
Oh, actually, yeah. So I'm vlogging at the moment. Like that's actually my job at the moment. So since I'm doing that, I'm editing more. But I still know that we do have our own people who do like After Effects stuff, like animations. Those are like really hard to do unless you put a lot of time in them. So I don't do those things. But that's definitely something I want to learn as well. But yeah, like with lessons and stuff like that, you definitely have to do the stuff.
Yeah, but now you have like people you can ask, right? For some
yeah, I
help
do.
and, stuff like that. Yeah.
So Cass is asking me, teach me, Chair. Ask them that so I can do it as well.
Yes.
It's really funny.
So when did you so you guys didn't know that you were both gamers until a little bit later, but then at some point you got interested in VR. What was the first thing that got you interested in VR?
Oh well, Cass is that's Cass for me.
Oh, me. Yes. First thing. Well, at my job they had a DK2, I think.
Yeah.
Oculus DK2, and we tried that out, and well, we were just sold completely. We saw like we did see the virtual reality articles online, and we read about it, and we also watched Sword Art Online. I don't know if you know the anime.
Mm-hmm.
It's a virtual reality anime, and It's really, really cool. And that is really what got us interested. And we were like, oh my gosh, let's hope we can do that in the future. That would be really awesome. And then Facebook bought Oculus.
Yeah.
And it was like a big deal everywhere. And the HTC Vive came out and we tried that. And we were just sold completely. It was just, we tried that out. We went into Tilt Brush and we were just amazed by what you could do in VR.
Which was the first headset you got?
HTC Vive.
HTC Vive? Okay.
Yeah.
So you mostly played with a Vive for like 2016? Was it like that first year? Or? Okay.
I think a half year, because after a half year we also bought the Oculus so we could play together in VR.
Okay.
So that was quite fast, I think. And then we bought the PlayStation VR, but that was because we could cover more games in our videos.
You know, let's talk about PlayStation VR for just a second, because do you guys think that it's kind of like a lame thing, or do you think it's like almost as good as the other ones? Or, I mean, what do you think about that? Because see, a lot of my audience is like, PlayStation VR, I don't want to hear about that. But I think it's really good. I think PlayStation VR has a lot of good stuff. What do you think?
I think so too. Yeah. They have really great games, to be honest. They have like really polished games. It's just that PlayStation, it's only front facing, and that is a little bit limiting sometimes. And because of that, sometimes I can get a little dizzy, I guess.
Yeah, I think like I'm happy that the PlayStation VR is there because it's a more affordable headset. Yeah. And if you already have like the PlayStation and don't have are not a PC gamer, I'm definitely happy that they made an option for people who play on the PlayStation. I really hope they had it for Xbox as well. So
and it's so comfortable. It's very comfortable. I think one of my top comfortable headsets.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really comfy for sure.
It is. Like if it's a seated game, it's very comfortable. You know, it's really. I mean, there's a lot of wires, and they got like the little box that connects to it. Like a lot of wires all over the place. And then the controllers, they're not very good. Like the camera. Like do you notice like if you put the camera up high, it's like better, and then but sometimes you got to move it around, right?
Yeah.
For us it's not a permanent setup at home as well.
Yeah, so we have to set it up.
Yeah, it takes like a lot of time to set up everything.
Also for the recording, you have to use a capture card and a laptop and
yes. Yeah. That's the only reason why we don't cover it as much.
Yeah.
But I think PSVR is still great. It's a great screen. It's great experiences. So
now that you've added the Quest to the mix, right? So now you've got the HTC Vive, you've got Oculus Rift, you've got the Quest, you've got PlayStation VR. Is there any other hardware that you have as well, like Oculus Go maybe still hanging around, or you have one of those? Okay.
Yes.
Anything else like Windows Mixed Reality or anything like that?
No, Windows Mixed Reality.
Okay. No, we do have the Pico Goblin too.
Okay.
But that's it.
Yeah.
We have our hands full with just mostly Oculus and HTC Vive.
Oh, we did pre-order the Valve.
Oh, the Index. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't it going to be hard though? Like, I mean, when you get your Valve Index, you're going to have a Valve Index. You're going to have an Oculus Quest, PlayStation VR. You might have like the Rift CV1, but maybe you're getting the Rift S too. And then you've got, what else? Did I miss something? PlayStation VR as well. It's a lot of them, right? How do you decide, like, if you're not doing your channel, actually, that's a good question. Can you even enjoy VR without doing something for your channel? Or do you always feel like if you're going to go, because I have this problem, like, I have a problem where it's like I want to play VR and I kind of just want to play whatever, but then I think, no, I got to play something for my channel. I got to play something that somebody cares about, like a new game, or I got to do like a video or something. Do you have that same problem where you kind of feel like you have to be doing something for your channel?
Yes, it's very relatable.
Like we do something we always do. We always work out in VR.
Oh, that we do. Yeah.
We work out in VR. We always play like Beat Saber in our sports clothing and go like for I think an hour.
Every week.
Yeah, every week we just do that. Because I think you're totally right. Like if we do different sort of games or stuff, it's mostly for the channel, like research and We don't often game for fun. It's mostly
Okay, yeah.
really research, and
It's still fun though.
it's
but,
fun. Yeah, of course, it stays fun, but it's mostly also
it is for the channel though.
with
Yeah.
the channel in the background, like in your mind when you do it.
Somebody in my chat is asking, can I see the comments? Yeah, I can see your guys' comments over there. It's just, see, when I'm doing an interview, it's hard to like look at everybody. Like everybody's like, ask them this, ask them that. But I got, things I'm trying to get to here. So unfortunately, chat, I kind of ignore you guys a little bit when I'm doing an interview. But yeah, no, it's difficult because it's like, do you ever want to just take a day where you're like, I'm not going to work on the channel at all today and I'm just going to relax? Or is it hard? Because it's hard for me, man. I can't even just do that. Like, it's almost like impossible.
It's hard, yeah.
Yeah, if Cass has the feeling she hasn't been productive, she can be like really down for the whole day. So we mostly finish what we plan, or it's like Cass finished what she planned for the day, channel related.
I don't know. It's like everything goes so fast. Like if you miss a day, it seems like you're missing out or something.
Yeah.
Maybe we try to do that. We try to get some quality time together, like usually on a Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday is it.
That's true. It does go too fast. Like it goes way too fast. Think about it. Like you're at work, like you're working at your real job, right? You come off of your work, like you get back home and it's like all these things have happened and everybody's responding to everything. And you're like, wait a minute, I've been at work for 7 hours and I'm like trying to, cause like if you have do you guys have a Discord server, like your own Discord server? And then people probably jump in that and they're talking about all kinds of stuff. And then when you get back and you look at it, it's like 58 messages or whatever, and you're trying to scroll through the old messages because like some big news came out, like a Vader Immortal trailer came out today and everybody's talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Or do you guys, like when you're at work, are you like always looking at your phone and trying to keep up with it? Or do you try to like, put it away, I got to do my work?
Right. I do. I usually do because I'm always on the computer, even at work. Then I usually do just check it.
And
I guess.
Then she's hangouting me the different links of stuff, and I'm like, "What is that, Cass?" And she's like, "Check it out, Chary. Did you see this yet?" I'm going to check it out.
It's been hard to keep up though.
Yeah, like the prices being announced of the Quest games. Like we totally missed that, but that's also like quite a big thing.
Yeah. Actually, why don't we talk about that really quick? I'm going to go ahead and switch to my other view here. You guys are down really tiny in the corner there, but we can still. Oh wait, can we hear you in this window? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, we can. Okay. I just wanted to make sure because sometimes I get it screwed up. Okay, so we did get prices. We've been waiting on this forever. Well, I've been waiting on it forever. It's like I want to know what these things cost, right? And so here we are. We've got some prices for Oculus Quest games. There are $30 games. Well, there's one $40 game. It's Orbis VR Reborn. But the thing we have to remember is it's no subscription. You pay one time and you get it forever. So,
And Orbis is also cross-buy, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
So if you have it already.
Okay, and then we got $30 games. Sport Scramble, Journey of the Gods, Dance Central, Moss, Beat Saber, Robo Recall Unplugged, which I didn't know that was going to be called that, Creed, and Box VR. Are you surprised, like, of these $30 ones, do any of them you look at it and you're like, wow, that's $30? Any of these surprise you? Which one?
I think Box VR for me. Well, in comparison with the other games, for example, Journey of the Gods, I think that is a pretty steep price.
Yeah, I mean, Journey of the Gods, though, is like it's kind of like a big game, and it's kind of like an exclusive, right? At least for a little while. I mean, I know a lot of these games are going to be coming to the bigger brother. They're going to come to the Oculus Rift, but not necessarily right away. Dance Central's $30. Kind of surprising. Moss, $30. But, there's going to be a lot of new people that are going to pick this headset up that never had VR ever before. So that's part of it as well. What about Robo Recall, $30? That's kind of surprising. But I hope we get that free because we already have it, right?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if
Oh, I
this
don't
is
know either if
cross-buy.
it's
But
yeah.
I actually do think Robo Recall is pretty polished. Well, on the Rifts at least. I haven't really tried it on the Quest yet. So yeah, but yeah, it is expensive though because of yeah,
Because you got it for free at the beginning
yeah.
for buying the Rifts.
It's just surprised to me
Then
that like
yeah.
some of these games like they are a lot shorter than the other games, and then they are all the same prices. Yeah.
Yeah, Beat Saber. Okay, Beat Saber went up to $30, right?
Hmm.
I don't have a problem with that personally because it's the most popular VR game period and it's supply and demand, right? So they want to get as much money as they can. So I'm not too surprised about that. And Creed is like a big time, it's a big time production by
Yeah.
Servios. So I guess Sports Scramble. Did you guys ever try like the baseball or the bowling that's included in Sports Scramble?
No,
Only the tennis.
only the tennis. Yeah,
Yeah.
we only
Okay,
try the tennis.
because you have a demo on your Oculus Quest,
Yeah.
right? But it
Hmm.
doesn't let you go into the baseball or
It does. We
oh, it
just
does. You
haven't
just
tried
haven't
it
checked
yet.
it out yet.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen like a video of it. I don't know what it looks like. I wonder if there's a video out there of the baseball or the bowling.
Dropping them hints.
No, no, I don't want to give you extra
I
work,
know,
but
I'm kidding.
I don't know. I mean, there probably is a video, right? But I just haven't seen it. I
I haven't checked it
Expect You to
either.
Die is $25. The
Yeah.
Exorcist Legion VR, which is the complete package, $25. Super Hot, $25. Exorcist Legion, is that going to be available on day one? I didn't know that because I think these are all
I
day
think
one
so. I
games.
read it. I think it was on the launch list. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm never
Um,
going to play that though.
oh, really? Do you guys hate horror games
Yeah,
or avoid them?
it's yeah, we avoid
I
them.
used to be a badass, but since VR, I'm really scared of horror.
Ah,
It's too
VR
scary.
makes it way scarier.
Yeah.
yeah,
Can
but
you handle them?
I can, but you know what?
Oh,
The thing about the
wow.
thing about VR, I mean the horror games, right? Is
Hmm.
when you get scared like that, it's powerful. It's immersive, right? Like if you're really scared,
Yeah,
like that's pretty cool. I
that's
mean,
true.
you know,
That's
uh,
true. That's true. They are really, really, really realistic, and
yeah.
that's why we get so scared. But I go like crazy. I go like throwing stuff away, and stuff breaks. So it's not really good for me.
Yeah, I have a problem with spiders, and I know that Face Your
Oh,
Fears 2
yeah.
has like some
Hmm.
big creepy spiders in there, right? But yeah,
Probably.
I still want to check that out. Okay, so the $20 games you got Face Your Fears 2, Shadow Point, Dead and
Mm.
Buried 2, Job
Yeah.
Simulator, Thumper, Apex Construct, Tilt Brush, kind of expensive for that, Racket Fury Table Tennis, Rush, and Virtual Desktop. Any of those surprise you at all for the $20 price, or you kind of figure that's probably normal for these?
Mm, actually,
I mean,
I
Job
think
Simulator's kind of
Rush.
old, but there's going to be a lot of kids that are going to want to play Job Simulator on the Quest.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like games when there's like a lot of interactivity, and I feel like a game like Rush is not very interactive, so I think that is a little expensive. Yeah.
Okay, let's check
Um.
out the $15 ones. We've got Ballista, which is kind of like an Angry Birds clone, Virtual Reality, Ultra Wings, Space Pirate Trainer, Fruit Ninja VR, Angry Birds VR, Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, VR Carts, and Drop Dead Dual Strike. So there's some pretty good games there. Did you guys ever try Ultra Wings on the Oculus Go? It
No.
I don't
works
think I
really
have.
good. Like it
Oh wait,
looks
I did.
good and works really good.
I tried
So
it before. Yes, yes, yes.
That you were the birds
No, it's a airplane
yeah, you're
plane
like in a
simulator.
helicopter or like a little
Oh.
plane and you're flying
Mm,
around. But it looks like even the Go version is really good. And it's good
true.
on PlayStation VR. Pretty much every platform Ultra Wings has been on has been very good. Have you tried
Oh.
the Space Pirate Trainer because I think I saw it on your stream. You were
Yeah.
playing it, right?
Yes,
Oh
How
yeah.
did that
Yeah.
work out?
You did.
good. It's fun. It's cool because that was also one of the first games we played ever in VR. So it was kind of nostalgic, and it worked really good too. It's cool.
Absolutely. Okay, now we got some $10 things, Vader Immortal, and then the rest of them look like experiences, like Nature Treks, Ocean Rift, National
Yes.
Geographic. Did you guys get any free demos where you could try any of these things, like the National Geographic or any of these other things on your on your Quest?
I think there are some experiences, but we haven't tried them yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then free stuff, you got VR Chat, BOGO, which is the little Tamagotchi kind of a game where you're raising a little like alien thing or something. Big Screen Beta, Rec Room, Poker Stars VR, First Contact, Epic Roller Coasters, Bait, YouTube VR, Oculus Gallery, Oculus TV, Oculus Video, Oculus Browser, Skybox, Sling TV. Have you tried any of these things? I think you tried Poker Stars, right? Poker
Yes.
Yeah, you
Stars.
liked it.
But yeah, but not on the Quest though.
Oh, okay.
Um, I did try big screen, I think. No, actually not big screen. It was virtual desktop. But I tried Oculus Video, Oculus Gallery, a little bit of Bait. Yeah.
And I think, let's real quick, I'm just going to check here because I think they have a list of all the cross-buy games too. Let's see. Every Oculus Store game app with cross-buy. Okay, let's just check out this
Nice.
list real
Yeah.
quick.
Oh, nice.
It might be, we're delayed by like 7 seconds or whatever, so it might take you a second to be able to see this. But let's see. So Angry Birds VR is cross-buy. Apex Construct, they're going in alphabetical order. Okay, so Angry Birds, Apex Construct, Box VR, Dance Central, which by saying that that's cross-buy, I kind of think we're going to get Dance Central on the Rift Tuesday. Do you guys think so?
It's possible, yeah.
I think so. Like I pretty much like I would almost guarantee it, but you know I'm like 99% sure. Okay, Dead and Buried 2. Also, I think we're going to get that on the Oculus Rift this Tuesday. Because why? Because who are you going to play against? You know, it's got the cross play and everything, right? So I think
Yeah.
that's going to happen. I just think they haven't announced it yet. Drop Dead Dual Strike is cross-buy. 11 Table Tennis VR cross-buy, but that's coming later. Face Your Fears 2 cross-buy, so I guess that's coming to the Rift as well.
Scary.
Fruit Ninja VR is cross-buy. I Expect You to Die is cross-buy, which is very good news because it's $25. It's not exactly cheap, right? And a lot of people probably bought this on sale, so that's good news for them. Journey of the Gods is cross-buy, but I don't
Ooh,
think
nice.
we're going to get Journey of the Gods on the Rift until a little bit later. Like, I think it's going to be coming a little bit later. Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes is cross-buy. Ocean Rift cross-buy. Orbis VR Reborn cross-buy. Racket NX. I wish you guys had a demo of this because I think this is going to be awesome. Have you ever tried Racket NX? It's like total
Yes,
360. You can go all around. Oh, it's awesome. Racket Fury Table Tennis VR. You know, there's another YouTuber, the F Reality guy, you know, Rowdy guy on he really likes Racket Fury Table Tennis VR on the Quest. Have you tried that one at all? It's like ping pong kind of
No, I haven't.
don't
with
think so.
robots. It's supposed to be really good. Robo Recall
Try it
is
out.
cross-buy, thank God, because who wanted to
Oh.
pay $30 for that?
Oh, so people will got it for free as well, I guess, then. Oh.
Oh, that's nice. That's really
yeah.
good.
Shadow Point is cross-buy. We know that that's coming to Rift, but I think it's coming later. Like, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if a lot of these games come Tuesday or if they're later to Rift, coming to Rift. Space Pirate Trainer is cross-buy. Sport Scramble is cross-buy, so that's coming to the Rift as well. By telling us that it's cross-buy, they're telling us that it's coming to the Rift, but we don't know when exactly. Tilt Brush is cross-buy. The Climb. You know, I've never seen a single picture or video of The Climb on the Oculus Quest. Have you guys seen that anywhere? I haven't seen anything.
No,
No.
we haven't either.
Yeah, it must be taking a while for that one. Thumper is cross-buy. Ultra Wings is cross-buy. And then here's a couple things that are not supporting cross-buy. Beat Saber, no cross-buy. Moss, nope. Super Hot, no. And Virtual Desktop, no. So those 4 are definitely not cross-buy. Okay, I'm going to go back to our other mode here, back to this screen here. Okay, let's see. So let me go ahead and change up the trailer. So you guys have had your Quest for a little while now, right? And
Yes.
one of the questions I would ask is like, one of the things I've noticed about VR, like you get some new VR hardware or something, or you get a new VR system with like its
Mm-hmm.
own collection of games and stuff. There's a honeymoon period, right? Where when you first get it, everything is so exciting and wonderful. And you're like, oh, I love the Quest. It's my favorite. You know, you're playing it every day. Do you think this honeymoon period is going to fade away for you after a little while? Or do you think the Quest is always going to be like something that you go to on a regular basis and play?
I actually think the last one. So because of its portability and its
Yeah.
ease of use, I think I'm going to pick it up more often than my other headsets. So I don't think the honeymoon period is going to
No.
pass away.
And also when people are coming over, we can just take it to the living room easily and just let them try out
Yes.
stuff. So
I
like I'm
I think
loving that.
that is going to be our go-to headset to show people
Yeah,
VR.
for sure.
It's going to be so much easier.
Have you already been showing anybody, like any friends or family, since you've gotten it? Have you, or are you not allowed to? I don't know if they gave you like stipulations, like don't show this to anybody.
We are allowed to.
Oh,
However, we've been kind of grinding videos at
Yeah.
games.
So we didn't have the time.
We haven't seen friends a
Um,
lot.
And also not
Yeah.
all the games are released. So
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
so we're waiting until there are more games, and then we're going to have a VR party with Quest for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, that'll be
Kind
cool.
of waiting when we can show off more multiplayer stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
on Tuesday when it comes out for real, right? Are you gonna have to like reset your Quest, like you know, because like a lot of the YouTubers or like press people that got a Quest, it's kind of like, isn't it in a mode where it's almost like a press mode? Like, are you gonna have to,
Yeah.
like, do you think you just have to wipe the whole thing, or like it'll happen automatically, or
They
you
will do
just
it. I think they will do it automatically. It's they've been doing that right now.
Yeah.
It just says press review unit, but then only in the store. So
you know
the
if
store
you're
is not uploaded.
if you're playing games like Journey of the Gods or like Apex Construct and you're like halfway through the game, and then you might
Painful.
have to start over, huh?
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah,
Oh
of
no.
course. I know. I knew you meant
Uh.
that. Yeah, but we're more trying it out like with a lot of different games. So there's not really a game that we got really far in yet.
Yeah.
So we're safe.
Has
When
there
it gets
been
reset.
has there been a game that you've played so far where it surprised you, like maybe something you weren't like you didn't think you'd really care about it, but you're like, wow, I really like that game. Anything like that pop to mind on Quest?
Let me think.
I think
Um,
you tried more.
Well,
Like for Rowdy Guy, it was probably that Racket Fury game like surprised him. Like he wasn't expecting to really like that, and it's like one of his favorites. I was just curious if there was one that like you're like, wow, this is better than I ever thought it was, or they've all been pretty enjoyable.
they've all been pretty enjoyable actually. I've actually been trying out more of the older games that have been out for a longer time
Yeah.
now, and enjoying them. Yes.
So you've seen a lot of these games already. You've played a lot of these games already, like Super Hot and some of the other ones, right? And now you're seeing the Quest graphics. And so the other question that you get is like, see, a lot of my fans are, you know, they're hardcore PC VR, right? It's all about Valve Index, HP Reverb, and you know, they want the highest end and they want the graphical power. And with the Oculus Quest, it's mobile. It's a Snapdragon. And
Yes.
it's not, you're not going to get exactly what you get. But what do you think about like the graphics? Like, are they really watered down or like kind of watered down? Or does it remain to be seen how watered down they are?
They are definitely noticeable that it's optimized. Yes. Especially if you like Valve Index and Pimax headsets, if you like those kind of visual fidelity, then you will notice it on the Quest. So I always say PCVR will always be better because it has a stronger, more powerful PC backing it up. So if you are into that kind of stuff, then I don't think Quest is for you. I think Quest is more for the people who haven't tried VR yet, maybe, or are looking for more portability, or just to take it
more
everywhere.
affordable because you don't need a computer as well.
Yes, if you don't have a PC yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like if
What
you
if-
want VR, yeah.
What if you girls were never like you were not YouTubers at all? You nothing to do with YouTube or any kind of channel, or this was not your job in any kind of a way. Would you bother with the Quest, or would you still be interested in the Quest, or would you just be like, oh, I'm just going to get a Valve Index and I'll be in my, like I always talk about my man cave, you know. You guys have a girl cave probably, right? Where you play your PC VR games and you have a pretty good computer probably, and the experiences are so detailed and so graphically impressive. Would you be interested in this Quest thing, or would you be curious about it, or?
Yes.
I think yes, because of portability. Like that's, and also to mention, we love to show people it as well. Like most of the time, when we show people, it's still in our living room, but then we move our setup to the living room to show them there because we have the television there, more room, because mostly there are more people over. But with Quest, it's going to be so much easier. So I think we still would probably.
Yeah, but also I don't mind the more cartoonish graphics.
Yeah.
I actually like them a lot in VR because it feels like you're really in a different world. So yes, I would still be interested in the Quest because when you're playing the game, it feels the same. It still feels like you're somewhere else.
Yeah, it's so immersive. Yeah,
it's still incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big difference because it's hand presence, right?
Yes.
Like legitimate hand presence. Oh, you know, the other thing, like I've been telling everybody this, I don't have a Quest, I don't know, but I've been telling people, like all the PC VR players that are like, Quest, get out of here. I don't want to play no Quest. But I tell them, room scale, like there might be experiences on the Quest that we don't get anywhere else because it's so easy to find a bigger room somewhere, and then you use, you know, the pass through, and you draw out your boundaries, and there's going to be games where you're walking from one side of the room to the other side of the room, and you never see the Guardian come up because you have a really big room to. Have you taken your Quest anywhere where somebody had like a really big indoor area? Or have you mostly just kept it in your house there?
We are planning to. We haven't done it yet, but we are planning to. That is definitely one of the things that is going to sell the Quest. I think it's so easy to bring it everywhere.
Yeah,
and just play anything everywhere.
Have you tried it in a parking lot yet? No, because I think it might work in a parking lot, like nighttime.
Yeah.
You know, like
nighttime.
because of the lights of the parking lot. And then you could have a giant, huge area. I mean, you'd have to go into like developer mode and turn off the Guardian. But imagine playing like, I don't know what game you could play where you could just walk all over.
Orbis VR.
Oh,
Orbis VR, yes. Gosh.
Yeah,
have you tried that on the Quest? Do they give you a demo for that yet, or you haven't seen it yet?
We recently got it, so we're going to try it very soon.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Very excited for that one.
Yes, can't wait. I think I think that's the one of the games that we have been in VR for a long time at one day. Like, I don't know, 8 hours straight. It was so dangerous though, but yeah.
You played VR for 8 hours?
Yeah, we played like Orbis once, when it was still in beta, because then you had only a day to try it out, or no, I think it was alpha then. Before it was released, so you had mostly a weekend or one day to play and try out the things they added. And so we played the whole day.
It was so addictive.
It was so addictive.
Probably because it's an MMORPG and we like those kind of games. We like to grind and level up and stuff. Yeah. So we did that in that game.
Hey, you know when Orbis VR Reborn, you know how it went. It was dead for a month, right? Where they were waiting to do this. When it came back, I don't remember what day that was. It was April 23rd or something like that, or the 23rd of April for the Europeans out there. When it came back to Steam as Orbis VR Reborn, did you guys try it right away, or have you been in it since it's this new Reborn version? I was just curious if you've noticed any differences.
I have tried it for a short period, but because we were really busy the past months, we didn't try it yet. But we were kind of waiting for the Quest version 2 to try it again.
Yeah.
We have I'm in VR Roundtable, and by the way, The VR Roundtable guys have been wanting to have both of you or either one of you on VR Roundtable for a long time. I don't know if they've ever sent you messages or anything, but they're
They did,
probably
yeah.
jealous that I got you guys on here first. But VR Roundtable, we have like a little Oculus account that we have, and we sometimes, get games for that. And we have Orbis, but I've never played it. I need to do it, but see, I'm scared because I think, like, whenever I think of playing this, I think it's going to be like 3 hours just to get into the game. You know what I mean? Like, it probably is, right? I'm going to need a whole afternoon.
It is.
And
it is an
if you want to be a mage, you have to grind even more before even being able to have a mage staff.
Yeah, you do have to like those kind of genres, though.
Yeah.
Like you really have to like to level up and to grind and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never really tried the MMOs too much. So, like, when you're in there, though, are you talking to other people a lot,
Yes.
or?
Oh yes.
Okay.
I love that. Like,
I
in
love that
VR,
about
like, you
VR.
have to talk with each other. Like, you can't write. So, like, everyone is talking and you get close to someone, and people are always really, really helpful. But like in Orbis, I noticed it straight away. Everyone is like really helpful.
It's so social too.
It's really
so
social.
cool.
Yeah.
Do you hear people based on how far away they are? Like, if
Yeah.
there's somebody
Yes.
way far away, you barely hear them, but if they're closer, you hear them louder? It's like that?
Yeah, you also
Okay.
have a sort of compass that you can use as a sort of phone. Like
Oh.
for your party members, if they're far away,
Walkie-talkie.
like you can,
Yeah.
like a walkie-talkie, you can talk into it so they can hear.
If you're in a party,
If you're in a
though. Yeah.
party, yeah.
I saw a video. I had a video, and I think I deleted it, and it was Orbis. It was Orbis on the Quest. It was video of what Orbis looked like on the Quest. I don't know if you guys saw that video that somebody had out there. It looked kind of like, of all the Quest games I've seen that have been watered down, it was like, man, that's really been watered down. Because I'm looking at this video right now, and like the grass looks kind of nice and colorful and stuff, but it was like there were there wasn't like blades of grass. It was just green. It was just like a big green texture. Is that going to concern you at all, or you think you'll just get caught up in the world of being out there in Orbis and like talking to people and stuff? Or would you rather play that on your Valve Index?
I think we don't mind those kind of things as often as someone who really enjoys visual fidelity, because Orbis used to look worse than this as well, and a lot of people were kind of hating on it, but we didn't mind that at all because we can really get into the game mechanics, and just have fun.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Speaking of like graphical fidelity and like all the cool things of new headsets and like foveated rendering, eye tracking, high resolution, all yada 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 yada. Do you guys get caught up in that too much, or do you not care about that as much? Because it's a really big deal, right? In our community, like people really care about this, and like some channels are like built on this, like MRTV and Sweeviver. That's all, it's all about high fidelity and the hardware. Now, I know you guys have pre-ordered a Valve Index, and I'm sure you're excited about it, but what do you think about like the upgrades and VR getting better and looking better and sounding better and those kinds of things? Are you looking forward to it, or is it like mostly, it's okay, it's better, but what do you think?
It's definitely exciting for me too.
Yeah, it's always exciting to see new stuff. If you are like upgrades, of course, but also we also like it when a affordable headset is coming on the market, because that also brings more people in VR. So the high-end headsets are of course really cool because you can see what they're going to, like new hardware, new things that they can do. So that makes that interesting for us. But affordable headset also makes it interesting for us because we know that people will buy the headsets. Like people will buy it. Like more people get into VR because of that.
Oh,
So
wait,
people-
wait.
Yeah.
One quick question. This is kind of a side topic, but I forgot to ask you guys. Okay,
Yeah.
so going back to 2016, like when you first got VR, you first got your HTC Vive, and you're probably playing like Space Pirate Trainer way back then, Vanishing
We were.
Realms, like the earliest, like the early days of VR. And
Oh,
you
yeah.
were probably, if you were like me, you were like, oh my God, this is incredible. This is the future. It's going to take over everything, right? But here we
Yeah.
are 3 years later. It's 3 years later, And VR, like we still don't have Red Dead Redemption. We don't have Grand Theft Auto. Are you disappointed at all that VR hasn't like taken off like you'd really like it to so far?
Not especially disappointed, but I do feel like I do want more games. Like for example, Lone Echo had really great hand animations and stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of those games yet, and I'm hoping to see more of these kind of games where you have like a lot of interaction and stuff like that. But I guess that takes time, and that is where I agree with Chary, is that we just need more people in VR so that there is more budget to create content like that.
Well, that's why the Quest is incredibly important, right? I
Yeah.
mean, this is the
Yeah.
Quest. The Quest is our baby because this is our chance, right? What if, let me give you a bad scenario. Like, what if the Quest was just a dud? Like, people didn't buy it? Is VR just going to basically be like triple monitor gamers that play racing games? Like, it's going to be like a little niche, you know? Because I
Yeah.
think we need the Quest to blow up. This is our chance at the
Yes.
big time, right? Do you worry at
Agreed.
all, like, if it doesn't take off?
I guess we're the wrong people to ask that. It's like I see like small chance for that to happen, but yes, I think if that happens, it will bum me out. Yeah, I will be disappointed.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen if Facebook, like, the one worry I do have is like Facebook commercials, you know what I mean? Like, they got to market it. Like, I don't know, they haven't marketed it that much yet, but I think part of that is, why market something unless you have 1 million of them to sell? They might be sold out for a little while. You know, it might be hard to get
Yeah.
a Quest, so they don't need to have a lot of commercials hitting TV if you can't buy a Quest, or they might wait for the commercials for the holidays, you know, later this year, like the holiday season, and then have a lot of commercials then. But other than that, I don't know how it could fail. But, you know, it's $400, right? And we think, oh, $400, it's cheap. But don't you know it? Like, I know people that it's like $400. No, that ain't cheap. Tell me when it's $100. So it's
Yeah.
kind of,
It's still a console. So and for a console that's expensive, like the Nintendo Switch is cheaper than the headset. Like it's still a console. So I think
Well, for what it does, it's
But
a
for
cheap
what it does,
product
it's
though.
cheap, yeah.
Because but yes, I can imagine that it is pretty expensive if you have to buy that straight away. Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
at
I
least
guess we're not there yet.
everything's included though. It's all in one box. You
Yeah.
know, somebody
Yeah.
could go to the store, they buy it, and they get everything. See, that's the thing. Like, you're going to be showing your Quest to people, and then they're going to be like, oh, do I need a computer? Do I need, you know, and you're going to be like, no computer, no phone, no console. It's all
It's
here.
all
It's the
you
whole
need.
thing, you know?
Yeah.
So,
The thing is, people have to try it too. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't understand what VR is until they've tried it, and a lot of people only tried like Gear VR or Oculus Go, and then they think VR is like that. So I guess it's up to everyone who has a Quest to just show it off to everyone.
That's
To,
definitely what we
yeah.
are going to do. And
Yeah.
let people try it and see them for themselves.
yeah, hopefully they'll let us, like, one of the things, it was one of the news stories today on Upload VR about additional accounts, about like maybe sharing an account or how they're going to do that. And I guess Oculus, they're exploring multi-account support, because that's one of the hard things. Like, let's say you have a Quest, you're like, you're very far in Apex Construct, you're playing
Yeah.
Apex Construct, you're far in the game, you want to show your buddy, but you don't want him to accidentally beat the boss and get to the next stage, and you're like, bro, I didn't even get there, you know, because they're going to be playing on your account, right? So
Yeah.
it'd be cool if they had like a demo mode where like you could put it in demo mode and then it doesn't affect your saved game. Like you could just give it to somebody, they could play super hot, but it doesn't ruin like a game that you've already got saved.
That would be helpful.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, because I did notice for now, because we're using the Quest on one account at the moment.
Yeah.
That I do notice that
Yes.
would be nice if they have.
Yeah, are you planning on getting, because you guys have one Quest, are you planning on getting a second one, or are you just going to kind of swap it back and forth and roll with the one Quest? Because look, money, hey, you're a YouTuber. You've got 1 million things you've got to buy, right? There's always something else you can buy. So I know like saving money is a huge thing, because money
Yes.
that you spend on another Quest, that could have bought you a different green screen thing or a better camera or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I think for the Quest, we do want the second one.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
What do
So
you
we
think
can
about
play
the
more stuff together.
size? Like 64 gig, 128. What do you think about that?
I think that if you, because the games are mostly under 3 gigabytes, so I think if you don't put a lot of videos and movies on it, that 64 gigabyte could be enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you do have to keep in mind that you get like, I think like 54 gigabytes, like because of the OS and stuff,
Yeah.
pre-installed stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
but
I
I do
think-
think it's enough though.
Yeah, I do think beforehand you really have to think about what are you going to use the headsets for. Like what Cass just mentioned, if you want to use as an entertainment system as well, like for movie watching and stuff like that, then it's definitely good to
Get more.
consider the
Yeah.
higher option for
Have
sure.
you ever seen like a 3D Blu-ray like on an Oculus Go or anything like that? You've seen
Yes.
that? I haven't seen that
I've
yet.
made-
I haven't even tried it.
I've made a video on it.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool, I think. I feel like the 3D is more lifelike in VR than in. Maybe it's just in my mind. I don't know, but
No,
like
it's
it.
probably better
fun.
because there's no crosstalk. You're getting perfect 3D. Like there's no there's no blending. It's perfect, I would think. I haven't tried it yet. Okay.
you should.
Oh, you know what? Talking about the Valve Index, you guys have the Valve Index controllers already. And you just did a video, right, where you were exploring some of the different games and using the Valve Index controllers. So when you put your pre-order in, did you just get the one that doesn't have the controllers because you don't need them? Or did you get like the full bundle or...
We only got the headset, yes, to save
okay.
money,
And the
and
sensors.
and the lighthouses,
Yeah,
because they
lighthouses.
they look different.
They look
Yeah.
different than
That's the only
the
reason,
Vive
yeah.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering though, like, because you guys have the early edition of the Knuckles, you know, well, the Valve Index controller. I guess they're pretty much the same. Like, there's not going to be a big difference, probably.
Yeah,
like the
we
final
actually-
version.
We contacted Valve about that, and we have the DV version, and that's actually exactly the same as the consumer version, except for a arm strap connector. So that is why we decided to only get the headset.
Okay, I remembered a question that I wanted to ask you. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is about the controllers, right? So I haven't tried them yet, but like all the different YouTubers that are out there, I've heard a few negative things. Like, okay, so Sebastian from MRTV, he says they're not as ergonomic. Like he feels like they're not super ergonomic. Thomas, the guy Voodoo DE, you know, the Voodoo DE, he was saying,
Yeah.
I think he was saying that the thumbstick is kind of like in a weird position or something. Like he felt like something about the thumbstick. And then Sweeviver was complaining about the trigger. Like he feels like the trigger's in a weird, like when you pull the trigger for like a gun game or something, like the trigger's like he says his finger when it, you'd have to see these different videos where like each of
Yeah.
them were complaining about it. But basically MRTV said not as ergonomic. Sweeviver had a problem with the trigger. And then Thomas Voodoo DE was saying that the thumbstick is kind of in a bad spot. In the time that you've screwed around with it, did you notice any of this stuff, or was it pretty much okay for you?
For me, it was okay, but I have to say, I think my hands are smaller than male hands, I think, because I had a male friend tried it too, and he did say that he had a bit of trouble to get it more comfortable, but I do think you need to try it for a longer time to know, because you really need to adjust it to your hand size.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I did
They
notice
are
it, yeah.
very big controllers. So it could, but I can understand that if people like, I don't know, maybe have big hands or something, that it could be a little bit troublesome. But I don't think that's going to be for all people.
What about like the
Yeah.
trigger though? Did you notice anything about the
No.
trigger? Anything weird?
No.
For me, it's super nice.
Me neither.
Actually,
I also think it's really
I
nice.
like the controllers, especially because you can just open your hands and stuff. So it's
Not dropping it.
yeah.
Yeah, isn't it going to be crazy like what we're going to deal with over the next 90 days or so, like all this stuff that is coming out. Think of all the games. There's so many games that are coming out. And then you got all these new headsets. You guys got a lot of videos in front of you, for all of these headsets and all of these games. Are you looking forward to it, or are you kind of like, oh my God, when am I going to get a break?
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, she's really hyped. Like she wakes me up for stuff like that.
We talk VR every day, sleep in
Single.
VR, we eat VR.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's true though. You probably as well.
Yeah. Well, see, you guys at least got the Quest a little bit early, so you got to sample some of the games, and I'm waiting for Tuesday, and then it's like 50 things or whatever, And so it's like you got a lot of, because I'm guessing you would love to have the one superpower that I would love to have is to pause time. To just pause time. Like if you could just stop time, and then you could have like 3 hours to go play something and then restart time and go back. Because there's only 24 hours in a day. You've got to sleep. You got to go to work, and then you're also banging away on your channel as well. So it's hard, huh?
It is. But I guess you sometimes just have to try and do some quality time with yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
It sounds wrong right now.
Yeah, it did.
Well, you know what? You guys go on a lot of trips and stuff. Like you've been to places. Like you recently went to Boston, right, for PAX East?
Yeah.
How was that? Were you able to look at the city of Boston at all, or were you so busy with Oculus you couldn't check anything out?
It was like it's like recording, editing, posting. That's how it goes. Like we haven't seen anything.
Now we also had a bit of bad timing, I guess. Because we had a holiday planned like straight after. So we only had like 3 days at PAX East, and then it was all work. Kind of work.
Yeah, we had to edit everything before going to our next trip, like the day when we got back from the airplane, and the day after we also went to our trip. So it was like we had on one day to do. So to answer your question, no, we did not see much of Boston.
What other countries or like what other places have you seen going on like VR related trips to go to different shows or something? Is there any other countries you've gone to?
Stockholm, right?
Yeah, only Sweden, I think.
And Switzerland.
Switzerland
as well. Like
for a VR event,
yeah. That was World VR Forum. So more like storytelling and experiences. Oh, that was also really nice.
Yeah.
But you've been to California a couple times because you have family here?
Yeah.
So
what other places like have you been to like New York or like any places back there or anything? No.
We went to Asia though, like last time, but just we planned it for a holiday trip. We did do some VR stuff there.
Yeah, we went to arcades. Yeah.
When you go on all these different trips, do you bring like an Oculus Go with you, or do you just leave VR? Oh, okay, you did. Yeah.
We actually at the beginning we always we actually had 2 Oculus Go, so we always brought it with us. But after a while, we did notice that we didn't have time to use it, or like you were too tired when you go in the airplane, and it's just like But we used to always bring it with us at the beginning.
Yeah, I bring my Go with me on a trip. I went to Hawaii and I was using it on the plane.
Ooh,
and like some
nice.
people were like, oh, aren't you going to be embarrassed? I was like, no, I'm not. I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like,
you don't have to be embarrassed.
We actually were using it also at the plane, but before going in the plane, so where everyone is just sitting and waiting.
Yeah.
We were like, just do it. We're together, so it's fine.
I think it would be a fun video is to like take your Quest and go to all kinds of different public places, and then like one of you could film the other person, and then like see reactions of people walking by, or like you're playing Beat Saber and no one knows it, and you could probably do that at a lot of places. And I think you could, like, I know you're not supposed to take it outside, right? But if it's overcast, or if the sun, because really the worry is the sun hitting the inside part of it. I don't think the sun can hurt the outside of it, right?
I think it's for tracking that can be.
Oh yeah, tracking. I mean, but I don't think it's gonna hurt the headset. Like, I don't think it's gonna kill the headset. It just might not work.
Yeah, as long as it's not too hot, I guess.
Yeah,
it doesn't hurt it.
No, but I think that's going to be really fun. What you just mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, I have this idea where like 50 people go to a mall. You know how they do those the flash mob where people go to a mall
Yeah.
and they all of a sudden start dancing out of the blue? You know, a whole bunch of people
Yeah.
just start dancing, right? Okay, so a whole bunch of people put on quests and start doing some weird quest
We
thing.
actually had the same idea of
Yeah.
doing that, but it's just also great promotion for the
Yeah.
quest. Let people try it out as well,
Like,
and listen to their reactions. It'll
Yeah.
be fun.
exactly. You know, so you guys were saying that you play Beat Saber a lot. What about there's a game that's better than Beat Saber though. It starts with
Really?
the A. Yeah, it's called Audica. Have you guys ever played Audica? Oh my god, I
Oh,
love this game.
I'm ashamed to say that we haven't gotten time to check it out yet.
Oh my god, it is so good. This game it's harder though. It's harder than Beat Saber, but like I
Really?
Would
like
you say it's still a workout though, or
Oh, it's the
um
game you're putting on now.
yeah,
yeah?
I just
Oh,
put it
that
on
looks
just now.
good.
This game, I'm telling you, I love this game. I'm not very good at it. I suck, but I love it. I
Oh,
like it. To me, what I'll say about Audica compared to Beat Saber is like the very
yeah.
first time I got Beat Saber and I was playing it, and I was you know that song Escape. Like I like that song. I've heard the song before in some Beat Saber like videos that were out, and I was playing that song, and I got like a tingly sensation, you know, that went down my arm almost like
Oh.
butterflies almost. It was just like because they just did such a good job, you know, the developers of Beat Saber, like they killed it, just absolutely killed it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm playing the song and I'm like the sound and everything just came together perfectly. And so it was a really good high, right? But you know
Mm-hmm.
what? I think the like Audica, if you do something perfect in Audica, I think the high is even higher than Beat Saber.
Oh,
Like you get
really?
even higher than
Ooh.
Beat Saber. But it's
Okay.
harder. It's harder to learn. Like when you first play Audica, you're probably gonna suck. And so you're gonna be like, oh, this sucks because it's not as easy as Beat Saber. It
Oh,
take
that's me with Beat Saber as well at the
uh
beginning.
I put my wife in Beat Saber one time and
Yeah.
she couldn't even hit the box. Like she didn't even last like 20 seconds. I'm like, the boxes have arrows, you just hit. Like she couldn't do it at all. It was so embarrassing. I'm gonna try again though when I get the quest. I'll try it
You
again.
can remove the arrows as well. Try that.
Oh
Just the
yeah,
boxes.
yeah. Goofball mode. Um, yeah, no, Audica's pretty cool. I like it. You guys should try that. Actually, you know what? Speaking of like games that have come out this year, see, you guys are so freaking busy doing all the different videos that you do that you don't get a chance to check out a lot of these games, huh? Unless you're going to cover it specifically. But
Yeah.
like games that have come out this year, like there's Audica,
Mm-hmm.
Vacation Simulator, Final Assault, Tabletop Gods, A Fisherman's Tale. I'm trying to think of the best games that have come out so far. Shadow Legend VR. Did you ever try that one? It's kind of like Skyrim
Yes.
almost.
Yeah.
Of those different games, like did any of them like you were like, oh, this is a really good game? Any of those?
Um, I really like. I really liked Shadow Legends because it was very original, I think, and interactive,
Yeah.
especially in the beginning, and there's like little things that are surprising. I really like those kind of things in VR, so I enjoyed that one. Um, but right now we haven't tried a lot of games, right?
What
It's been a
about
long
like
time.
have you tried any of these games where real-time strategy like Brass Tactics, Tabletop Gods,
You tried
Final Assault?
Final
You
Assault.
tried
Yeah.
those? What
Yeah,
do
I
you
did.
think about those? Because it's those honestly of all the genres that have been affected by VR, I think
Hmm.
Yeah.
real-time strategy has improved
Yes.
by leaps and bounds. Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
like a whole new world, right?
It's so cool. I
I
like RTS too.
yeah,
Yeah, so
I didn't used to like games like that, but in VR it's like it's so immersive and you just yeah, in VR it's really good.
it's so fun. It's
It's
like
really
you
a lot
feel
of
like
fun.
like a how do you say? I guess a god for controlling all those armies. It's cool.
Yeah,
But it's also like yeah.
you see the little
Little
guys
tiny.
running around like Brass Tactics. What I loved about Brass Tactics is you could lift
Yeah.
the table up and lower the table, and you could lift the
Yes.
table up really high, and then you look close at the little guys, and the little guys are running around and they're animating, and it's almost looks like holograms. Have you guys ever tried any like AR stuff like HoloLens or Magic Leap or anything? Have you ever tried one of those?
We tried for a short period,
Yeah.
the HoloLens. Yeah. But I felt it was the HoloLens 1, so the field of view was really tiny, so
Yeah.
it didn't really impress me much. But that would be cool to have that kind of game in AR when we have like bigger, better.
With card games, like that you have a card of a certain thing and that will pop up. Like,
you know, there's a
really
game.
strong.
There's a game on PlayStation VR. It's called Table of Tales: The Crooked Crown, I think is what it's called. I'll put a little video of it on real quick. It's like a it's hard to describe because it's not really a real-time strategy game, but it's kind of like a role-playing game, and it's like a card game. It's fun. It's really fun, and it does have it has like the little characters walking around, and it's got a story. I think if you guys tried it, you'd really like it. I'm trying to find the video for it, but I don't know what I did with my video, and never mind. But anyways, well, you know, I don't know if there's anything. I don't want to keep you guys too long, so if you need to go, just let me know. But is there anything else you wanted to talk about real quick?
Well, I guess maybe some of the upcoming games.
Yeah. What are you
There's,
looking forward to? Because I mean, there's so many good games on the way.
Yeah, I think I'm really looking forward to Asgard's Wrath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looks so cool, like the game mechanics, the fighting mechanics. Really
What
looking forward
about
to that one.
like No Man's Sky or like Boneworks?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
with your
Yes.
Valve Index controllers, you know. What about like the Valve game? What do you think their game is going to be? Like what do you think their secret game might be?
I have
It's-
no idea.
Everyone is hoping for Half-Life, of course, but
Oh my gosh, yes.
I have no idea. They are so secretive about those kind of things. It's hard to guess.
I'm kind of
I'm used to-
disappointed. Like, didn't you guys think we were going to get a game the day it came out? Like, I'm kind of
Yeah.
disappointed we got to wait, you know?
Yes.
But if it's really polished, then maybe it's worth the wait. But we
Yeah,
just don't
yeah.
know yet.
True.
But,
It's kind of frustrating.
well, Valve, you don't know if you're going to be waiting 4 more years. You know, they say
Yeah,
it's
that's
coming
true.
this year. You just don't know. What about like HP Reverb or something like that? You know, these like super high resolution. Did you are you curious to try one of those headsets? Because like the Valve Index is a higher resolution, but it's basically the same resolution as what you got for your Oculus Quest. It's like HTC Vive Pro and Samsung Odyssey. You know, it's that resolution. Where you get a Reverb, it's like a whole new ball game. Like MRTV, you know, Sebastian, he's ranting and raving about it. He has one already, and it's 2160 by 2160 for each eye. And so like screen door is almost like just gone, but you need a really powerful computer. What kind of video card do you guys have in your computer?
We recently upgraded to the 2080 Ti.
You
So-
lucky dogs, man. You got the top of the line Ryan, huh? That'll be nice.
Future-proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Well, we used to have like 2 PCs, and then we sold like the second one, so that we could upgrade the first one.
So we have one PC now. Like, yeah.
That is sweet. So when you get your Valve Index, you're going to be able to crank it up to 144 hertz. And
I hope so.
hoping we can do that.
you know, when it comes to like playing VR, because like, you know, the whole IPD thing, like somebody has this IPD or that IPD, and it's like people will ask you, oh, it's 72 hertz. You know, this and that, like all these different things, right? Sometimes I think that a lot of those things don't affect you. Like if you play it for 25 minutes, it's not going to affect you. But if you play it for like an hour and 45 minutes, maybe it does affect you. You know, like your eyes get tired. Do you ever, when you play VR, do you, like when you're done playing, do you ever come out of it and you're like, ugh, you know, you're kind of like worn out? Or where you just don't like, oh, like almost like you're in a cave and then you came out into the bright light.
Yes, it happens sometimes. I think usually when we're not well rested or didn't have enough food or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the Valve Index, like with these really high frame rates, the 120 hertz, the 144, I think when we start getting used to that, you're not going to feel as bad. You'll be able to play for a couple of hours. It won't feel as bad, I think. I mean, I don't know. Are you
That
hoping
would be
that?
great.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I hope
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
One of the things I'm excited to do when I get the Valve Index, unfortunately, I'm not on the first wave, so put in a good word for me at Valve. Tell them to bump me up. I miss the first wave. I'm in the second wave. It sucks. But one of the things I'm excited about is actually going back to really old games, like something like Hollow Ball. Do you guys remember Hollow Ball? Way back in 2016, Hollow Ball? No, okay. But like older games that we had, like Space Pirate Trainer, like a game from 2016, and running that at 144 hertz, and it'll be like so smooth, and it'll just feel good, right? So I think
awesome.
it'll give life to all of our older games. We'll be like, I got to see this game in 144 hertz, because like you're gonna want to find games that aren't as demanding to run them at 144, to get that feel for it.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that actually, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. All right, I'm trying to think of. I'm sure I'm gonna think of a million questions that I forgot to ask you, because this always happens. I should have wrote them all down, but I thought I would just go off the cuff. But I don't know. Is there any little last minute thing you want to talk about, or does that pretty much do it? Let's see here. I was just seeing if there's any other stories. What about like PlayStation VR? Are there any PlayStation VR games? Like later this month, we're getting Blood and Truth. Did you ever play the PlayStation VR Worlds, like London Heist, where you light the cigar and all of that? And you're in the car driving, and there's like a submachine gun, and the motorcycle guy comes up by you.
What?
London Heist.
I think you're talking about different game. Not PSVR Worlds?
Yeah, PSVR Worlds, but it's like in London Heist, that big guy, like you're sitting in a chair, right? And he comes over to you, and it's like this big muscle-bound guy, and then
I think I'm thinking of a different game.
Oh no, we haven't played Worlds, I think.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
Because Blood and Truth is coming later. It's coming later, March 28th. So like another week or so. But like the graphics, incredible. And like people talking to you and looking at you, and because it's like one of the best developers that Sony has. And so that's what I think people like PC VR players, they underestimate the talent of the developers that Sony has in their wing,
That's true.
But I'm looking forward to that one. Okay, well, did you guys want to talk about your channel a little bit, or just tell the people out there like what you guys do on your channel and anything like that, or plug your channel, anything?
Oh yeah, well,
shout out.
you can find us at Chary VR, and we just talk a lot about everything VR actually. So kind of what Anthony does as well, but then more in the edited videos. Lots of hardware reviews, game reviews, and a lot of informative videos. So definitely check it out if you guys have the time.
Absolutely. So it was awesome having you guys. I really appreciate it. This was really cool. Hopefully we might be able to do it again. Maybe after you get your like Valve Index and stuff, and you get to play around with it for a while, we can bring it back on and talk about that. I would absolutely want to do that. But thanks so much. I absolutely appreciate it. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Yes.
Okay.
It was fun.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right.
I'll see you guys later. Have a great night. I know it's pretty late over there, right?
Have a great day.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Alrighty. Well, that was Cass and Chary. Cass and Chary. See, I was saying it the right way the whole time. I was always saying Chary, and everybody was like, oh, you got it wrong. It's Chary. Okay, Cass and Chary. Yeah, thanks so much. So good to have them on. That was really cool. I like doing these interviews. I got to tell you. Okay, so I'm going to move my camera now into the right spot here. I do enjoy having interview shows like this, because I'll tell you what, it is so much easier than trying to come up with all these different stories and having all kinds of stories prepared. And I feel like there's always interesting things to talk about. And oh, damn it, I forgot to ask them how long it takes to charge up their Oculus Quest. Like when their Oculus Quest is completely dead, how long do you have to charge it to get a full charge? Because somebody was saying that it takes a really long time for that, and I forgot to ask them about that. Oh well, we'll have to get them on the next time. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it, guys, for this particular episode of VR 365. But I definitely appreciate everybody tuning in and checking out the show. And I will, of course, be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be starting at noon Pacific time. So I'll get back into all the news and all the stories that are going on. And there's lots of stuff that is unfolding. There's lots of Oculus Quest related things as we get closer and closer to Tuesday. We get closer and closer to the launch. A lot of last minute details are coming out. There's also a lot of stuff that could possibly hit the Oculus Rift this Tuesday. Like Dance Central might be on the Oculus Rift this Tuesday. Dead and Buried 2 might be on the Oculus Rift this Tuesday. So a lot of stuff is going on as far as that. So we definitely got a lot of things to get into in terms of that. But anyways, I will check everybody out tomorrow on Saturday at around noon Pacific. Have a wonderful Friday. Take it easy. Later.